So I've already shown you some of the performance on the Arctic Liquid Freezer 2 360. But you want that overclocking so you can get that extra performance from your games, right? So in this video, I show you what that performance means to games such as PUBG, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and my personal favorite right now at least, Battlefield 5. So here I show you what games look like or run like at 1920 by 1080 with all the eye candy turned off so you can see how much heat is generated. And then I show you those same games at 2560 by 1440 with all the eye candy turned up like you guys want to play it. And then again, I show you how it performs with all the heat it generates and how much of the CPU utilizes so you can see just how cool this stays. So we're playing some PUBG right now at the lowest possible settings, 1920 by 1080, all the way at low. I'm showing you this so that way I can stress the CPU more at the lowest settings, and you can see we're at 5 gigahertz, and right now it looks like CPU core number 2 is getting hit the hardest, 83% right now, the most I've seen. So we're doing this so that I can show you how well the Arctic Liquid Freezer 2 360 cools. You put the CPU at the lowest, the video settings at the lowest possible settings. That way it could strain the CPU just a little bit more. Using only a little bit of GPU, well, not, you know what I mean. But you can see the CPU's in the 40s. The hottest maybe it'll hit is the 50s, but she's running beautifully. And I'm kind of jumping right in the middle of where the fight would be. Typically I don't do that, but just want to show you a quick one. So in this video I'll be playing a few games just to show you guys how much it heats up. And if I can get in a kill or two, why not? I saw that guy jump out. He probably went inside the church. I try to jump in an area with the most people, but no shells. Why not? So as you can see, the Arctic Freezer 2 360 already it's holding its own. Hottest we've seen is 51 degrees. I'll list in the system specs below or should I say in the description below. Sorry, kind of distracted. I'll list in the description below the system specs. That way you guys can compare, maybe how it'll run on your own system. And I do have the Intel Core i9 9900K, the heat monster that it is, overclocked to 5 gigahertz. The voltage is at 1.32, I believe it was, but she will spike to anywhere to like 1.45, 1.49. It is a little bit scary. I just don't overclock her on her own, so I figured let me just get that in there. So far in the 70s, I think in the 80s as well. Top left hand corner I have MSI Afterburner.
That way you can check out all the cores, frames per second, the megahertz percentage of the CPU utilized, and each and every core. Come on, I want some action, quick action. Okay, bombs are blowing up. Quick action, that way I can show you guys the next game. I lost sight of where everybody was going. I also have down in the description below the timeline, so you could see what game I'm playing at what time. This will get some attention. Let's go towards that. That'll be some attention. So as we're moving faster and faster and going through the land, that's taxing the CPU a lot more. Normally it would be the GPU, but at these settings, it's the CPU. So that makes for a better example. And also, not to mention, I am using OBS and recording from OBS, so that gives it an extra little hit on the CPU. Yeah, definitely this riding around is going to tax it a lot more than just shooting people. The minute I hear some gunfire close to me, I jump off. There we go. Where was that? So obviously a sniper somewhere. Let's just go ahead, heal up real quick just to make it a little bit more difficult for him. So kind of showed exactly where he is. Right around here. Alright, well, anyway, just an example. Alright, so now we are back in PUBG, and in a second, I'll show you all my settings. We're at 2560 by 1440 with everything set to ultra. I want to show you kind of both ways on how she performs, be it low res, high res. And while I'm falling down there, so 2560, 1440, everything ultra. Alright. And again, in case you're curious, I have my system specs linked down below. I took my eye off the prize there, so I don't really know where that guy landed. I just wanted a quick death. That way you guys don't have to go through the agonizing pain of watching the entire round when I'm just trying to show you how she performs. We can see the highest CPU utilization I've seen is 92 on CPU core number 12. And she is staying incredibly cool, maybe jumping up to the 60s, but that's still a great temperature. That's CPU core number 12. It's getting all used up. Hopefully he's still up here somewhere. Alright, I hear some activity. And maybe he just decided to leave altogether. Oh well. That was a quickie just to show you guys how it played. Alright, on to the next game. Alright guys, so we're playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I wanted to pick one of the faster scenes in the game, that way you guys see the heat building up. Again, I'm at 1920 by 1080 with the lowest resolution. I'm sorry, with the lowest eye candy settings, just to build up some heat on that CPU. The Arctic Freezer 2 360 liquid cooling unit is taking care of itself. Come on, Laura. Alright, so CPU wise, I think it's hit what, the 60s? Still keeping nice and cool. Should have probably gone and got some bubbles. There we go, we'll get some right here. Where are we going? I don't have much time to think about it. There we go. Laura's got some lungs. I probably would have passed out by now. There we go.
Got to find high ground.
Not high ground for much longer. Come on. Come on. You got this. Aguántate, niñito. Oh, coño. Alright, well, let's jump over to 2560 by 1440 and Let's see what she can do. All right, so I was not able to go back to that Wild Rapids place, but we're at 2560 by 1440 with all the eye candy turned up to the very highest. We're at 88 degrees, or 88%, sorry, not degrees, not even close to 88 degrees.
Could be useful.
And, well, we can see here with all the
I'll keep this for later.
eye candy, everything, she's running beautifully. Now all the pressure, of course, putting everything so high.
Anyone?
The pressure's on the video card. It's a 2080 XC Ultra gaming card. Not a super, unfortunately, but we can see that it's running great. I don't expect the CPU to get very hot or hot at all here. It might, again, hit the 50s. But, well, just a little taste, if anything, if you haven't played the game, on what it'll do for you in the graphics department. Not going to do very much to the CPU. But alright, let's jump to the next game. Alright, so Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You see all the action going on. CPU jumping. Maybe it's hit the hundreds. I saw 97 degrees. Hottest it's gotten is maybe 57, maybe, I think. It's hard for me to keep an eye on all that. I need you guys for that. Not really playing to win, playing more just to show you guys everything potentially heating up. We've hit 100 and something watts, which is pretty impressive. I think I'm hitting my own guys. I'm not sure, but whatever. So let me show you the resolution. Again, 1920 by 1080. Everything standard there. Graphics, we are at the graphics quality low, or the lowest. Everything there. And just jump back into a little bit more gameplay. This will probably be a short one because it's so easy to grab all that action. Uh-oh. Wasted action. Get the weakest one first. And then we'll 3 over to this big guy. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump to 2560 by 1440 with all the eye candy up, just for S&Gs. Alright, so back in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now we're at 2560 by 1440 with all the eye candy turned up to Ultra. CPU is getting hit a little tiny bit, but if you remember, nothing like what it was before. We're at about 60 frames per second. This is unfortunately a 60 hertz monitor. It looks like we might have hit the 80s. This is a very demanding part of the game. Graphics in this game are just beautiful. Alright, so now that I took care of mostly everybody, let's go ahead and jump into the next game. Alright, we are playing Battlefield 5. Just the intro, if anything, to show you guys how she heats up. See, we're staying, of course, at 5 gigahertz. Shot my own guy in the shoulder. In the back.
We fought everywhere, in every condition though, using weapons we had never dreamed of. But death is death, no matter where you are. And suffering is the same in every language.
And now just coming into a new scenery over here. Ooh. Just kind of going in guns a-blazing just for cinematic purposes. Well, anyway, just an example. All right, now let's try that 2560 by 1440. All right, so now we're at 2560 by 1440. Let me just show you real quick. I don't remember if I showed you last time. So 2560 by 1440. And we are under ultra everything over here. So let's get in the game. This one again is not going to do much to the CPU. This is mainly video. Man, those graphics are nice. I never realized that. Ah. I had to get revved on that one. Just again, guns a-blazing, just to show you guys. Man, eye candy is nice. I didn't have to tell you that though, you already knew that. They already took care of him for me.
We fought everywhere, in every condition known, using weapons we had never dreamed of. But death is death, no matter where you are. And suffering is the same in every language.
Alright, now again the change of scenery. Except now she just looks so much more beautiful.
Feindlicher Panzer! 12 Uhr! Formation halten! Vollgas voraus und Feuer erwidern! Vorwärts!
Thank you, kind sir. Or ma'am.
Jetzt! Machen Sie uns rein! Gute Arbeit! Aber es ist noch nicht vorbei! Raketenwerfer! Sehen wir sie an! Weiterfahren und Raketen ausweichen!
That's the best way to hit them, so they don't know what's coming. Then again, pre-rendered scenes, basically, and yeah. Anyway, so that's about it for now. I wanted to show you guys.
Technology moved faster than you could think.
Let me pause this.
Yours, theirs, it didn't matter. This war would prove that from ocean bed to mountaintop, the greatest killing machine is man.
All right, so that's about it, guys. Again, I just wanted to show you how the Arctic Liquid Freezer 2 360 worked. And let me bring you in a little bit closer so you can see just how she looks. All right, so let me just go ahead and take off the side panel real quick. All right, so she is a nice looking system. You can see her along the top right over here. She is again a 360, so 3 120 millimeter fans. You can see that nicely braided cable right there coming around over here. And then what I've never seen before, it comes with a fan right over there so that it radiates extra cooling along the VRMs, mainly going to be over here. Now, because of the EVGA Z390 dartboard, the heatsink, I kind of had to put it like that The other ways, it felt like it was knocking. I'm not exactly sure, but you know, still it does get some cooling along here. And then these two sucking out, or these four sucking out, is helping extra air from the front getting pushed through. So you could see how everything it was set up. Sorry for the mess around my desk, but just trying to put this video together so that it looks nice for you guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Check out my description again so you could see all the parts used in the system, compare with your own, and let me know what you think. All right, guys, Iggy out. See you guys.
Disclaimer, this product was provided to the author to do a review. All opinions are 100% authors and authors alone. For more information, visit bit.ly/dbdisclose. To have your product or brand showcased on Dragon Blogger, visit bit.ly/reviewmyproduct. Thank you for watching.